back. Well, today I'm reviewing a new cigar from Emilio Cigars. Been a while since we heard anything new from them. This is the LJZ. And this is the Robusto 5x52. Let's show the density here. Now this has a pretty good feel in the hand for a Robusto. It actually has a nice weight. Now, let's look at the band. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since we've heard from Emilio Cigars. There we go. That would be LJZ, who was the founder of Emilio Cigars, I'm guessing. And there are the initials at the bottom. Now, this cigar debuted at this year's IPCPR. It pays homage to company owner Scott Zuka's family and his employees. A little bit about the cigar. LJC is a cigar that has been 70 years in the making. In 1947, my family started LJZ from my grandfather's front porch, and it's grown into the regional distribution company it is today. The LJZ cigar is a tribute not only to them and its many employees, but also to the hard work, character, and entrepreneurial spirit that makes this country great. I believe it's our best Emilio cigar release yet, said Scott Zuka of Emilio Cigars and LJZ in a press release. The cigar is produced in James Brown's Fabrica Oveja Negra factory, and it's the second cigar to come out of that factory, following last year's Emilio Cavatina. The cigar is comprised of an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, an Ecuadorian Habano Seco leaf binder, and Nicaraguan filler. Of course, the country of origin is Nicaragua. Comes in two sizes only, a Robusto, which we're reviewing today, and a Toro 6x50. Average price is about $9 for the Robusto, roughly $11 for the Toro. So that is the long and the short of it. Let's get right to it. The new Emilio Cigars LJZ Robusto. Let's go ahead and take this little LJZ band at the foot. These always, I hate to say always, usually come off very easy. There we go, LJZ. LJZ. I believe it's pronounced Zuka. Zuka. Whoops, that'll do. That's what's called dropping the cutter in the porcelain ashtray. Well, the first flavors, I'm going to be specific here. Pink grapefruit, sweet pink grapefruit, brown sugar, cinnamon, and a lot of an earthy coffee, black coffee. You get a lot of black coffee notes. There's a little earthiness there. But specifically, this has the flavor of pink grapefruit, sweet pink grapefruit. You can make fun of that description, but that's what it tastes like. Add in a little brown sugar and add in a little cinnamon, which really on a pink grapefruit sounds pretty good. It's probably medium bodied right now. When you started this, it's going to feel medium bodied. I am so satisfied with how I described that. Now, I will tell you this. I've had a couple of these already. Today I had my apple before I reviewed, as always. Again, it's making the flavors pop. They're much sweeter. I don't know really why. I don't care. It just works. And it works if it's Maduro, it works if it's Nicaraguan, it works with whatever it is. It'll bring out the best flavors. So anyway, it's really good. Add the apple. That's your flavors. I'll be back in a minute or two. Well, I'm about an inch and a half in. Burning pretty even. And the heavy black coffee notes have decreased. You have nutmeg into the picture now, which gives it a little bit of that vegetable type flavor, nutmeg. Still have your citrus, which is still appears to be in the grapefruit scenario. Brown sugar and the cinnamon is pretty good. Um, Initially, I don't believe we talked about the intensity of the black pepper, did we? I don't think so. 7.5. It's about the same as it was when it started. Finish. Sort of a cream with a minor influence of citrus. Some lingering black pepper. We didn't talk about that either. But it's black pepper on the front end and the finish. Medium to full bodied, sorta. I'll go with that. It has a lot of nutmeg notes that are that really sort of weaken the sweetness, not to an extreme degree, but from what it was initially, it's you really get the nutmeg notes. Is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, inch and a half in, probably getting close to 2 inches. What do you think? Look at that ash. Nice looking ash, huh? That's where we are. Right at the midpoint. Ash still intact. Always impressive. Always impressive. Look at that. All right. It is still that grapefruit type flavor. Has some sweetness. You have a touch of brown sugar to go along with it. And you have the nutmeg. But now it almost has a grapefruit peel to it because it's bitter. There's bitterness involved. Never what I would call a good thing. It is noticeable. The coffee is still at the base, but it's not overbearing like it was when it started either. The finish is more of a buttery cream. Not sure where the buttery notes come from because I don't get them on the front end. But you do still have the sweetness there. It's just there is that little bit of bitterness. It's not enough to kill the cigar, but it's bitter. That's bitterness there, and that could be coming from the nutmeg. It could be coming from the fact that it's well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's there. A low grade, medium to full bodied still. So that happens at around the midpoint. Still real impressed. I'm holding this over the ashtray, but it has not dropped yet, and that is just about dead. Well, not quite, but almost dead even midpoint. Well, I don't have much left, about 2 inches. When you come back though, because I tell you the bitterness has subsided. Oh, the ash did finally fall off. Check it out. So I got pretty long, and looks like we're going to have a one ash drop cigar because I don't think any more is going to fall. But the grapefruit citrusy flavor is still there with your brown sugar, some cinnamon sprinkled in there, nutmeg. Pepper still is very good. Coffee at the base. Mm. Finish is sort of what my term was like a toasted cream. I'm losing the butteriness. Maybe just a little bit still there. But losing the bitterness was a big deal. And that was at the midpoint. I have no idea why. What's in the middle of the cigar at the midpoint that made it have those bittery notes, which I don't like. They're gone now. The cigar is about where it was before the bitterness with the heavy nutmeg, but you still have decent sweetness to go along with it. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Good news. The nutmeg notes that were fairly heavy just about went away totally. You got back to the citrus, grapefruit citrus. Not so much pink anymore, just grapefruit citrus, brown sugar, cinnamon, and coffee. Pepper remained very good. Medium to full bodied, actual medium to full body. Cream finish, thick. A thick cream finish, not so much toasted, just a thick cream, sweet cream finish with nice lingering black pepper. This has been a good cigar overall, but it had highs and lows. Started out great. The low point was the midpoint for me with the bitterness. And here at the end, it came back pretty good. If I were scoring it in sections, beginning, middle, and end, it would be the beginning would be at least 92. The middle with the bitterness would be 88. And at the end, it got back to about 91. So overall, I'm giving it a 90. The bitterness did take it down some because I'm not a fan of bitterness. And I think this may be a case that with a little humidor time, it may improve, but I am not a fan of humidor time. The cigar should be ready to go when it's shipped, in my opinion. It can age in a humidor if you have a box or two of them and it's just you don't get around to it for 6 months, a year, or whatever. But the first one I have should be ready to go. That's how it is with me right there. That's sort of spells it out in layman's terms. So there you have it. The new Emilio Cigars LJZ Robusto 90.